Good evening, high school football fans. This is the High School Football America radio show for August the 3rd, 2017. I'm Jeff Fisher, host of the show and editor-in-chief of highschoolfootballamerica.com. We are locked and loaded and ready to go as the 2017 regular season kicks off this weekend in Hawaii. It moves to Alaska the following week, and then we come on to the mainland. What is that? 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, however you want to count it out. But we're excited, and just congratulations to all the national ranking services that have put out their rankings this week. Even Max Prep expanding things to a top 100. Wonder where they got that idea from. Tonight on the show, we're going to talk with the coach of the number 6 team in the High School Football America preseason top 100 that was released on July 17th. We're going to talk to Todd Peterman, who had a tumultuous offseason, where after winning a state championship in Texas, there was doubt whether he would be coming back for his third year. And Coach Peterman will join us on the show, talk about that very little, as the Eagles have kind of put that behind them, and now they're focused on winning another state title in the state of Texas. Hey, if you are a Hawaii high school football fan, make sure you check out highschoolfootballamerica.com throughout the weekend. We have state-by-state scoreboards powered by ScoreStream, and you will have live updates throughout the weekend on what's going on in Hawaii. And all you have to do is go to highschoolfootballamerica.com, click on scores, and you'll see every state available to you. Gotta love ScoreStream, too, by the way. They've been fueling our scoreboards for the past 3 years, and they've just done a wonderful job of bringing things together and giving people the opportunity when they're out at games to actually score along so everybody can figure out what their favorite team is doing, and then you can upload videos and photos. It's just really a cool application. Just go to the App Store, iTunes or Google Play, and download ScoreStream. Also on the show tonight, we're going to talk with Dr. Chris Kotouris, good friend of the show, and it's that time of year. It's hot out there. A lot of conversation about concussions recently in the news, and Dr. Kotouris is going to join us and talk about that. He is the team doctor at Orange Lutheran High School out here in Southern California. So going to have a good show. We mentioned ScoreStream. Let's mention all of our partners who have been with us for years. They're great people. The first two I'm going to talk about give coaches a competitive edge when it comes to doing what they do best, which is coach. We're going to start with Echo 1612 first. They invented instant replay on the sidelines in high school football. They're now at the college level. Chad Cargill and Company in Oklahoma. They are coaches, and they created this for coaches. Trust me, folks. Anybody out there trying to sell instant replay on the sidelines, they are copycatting. Yes. Echo is the best around. Echo1612.com. You can get to all of our partners by going on to our website at highschoolfootballamerica.com and clicking on their banner ads. Speaking of competitive edges, Crossover, they will give you a big one. You know how tedious it is to break down your game film? Their insights are incredible. Again, Huddle Assist, they're copycatting it. It doesn't have as many features as Crossover. And the great thing is you can maintain your Huddle account and bring in Crossover and give you a competitive edge. I had one coach in Texas this week say this: had I had Crossover several years ago, I would have won 2 state championships. It's incredible, folks. They get it back to you very, very quickly. Get a 5-minute free demo from the guys. Pat Blizniak in Texas, we had him on the show several weeks ago. I'll tweet out the link to that show. But these guys are the next big thing. That's what the Texas high school football coach said. Again, Huddle does a great job, but this works with Huddle, and the game film breakdown is 100% better than Huddle Assist. So check them out at crossoverwithak.com, and you can just go to the website and click on the banner ad, and it will take you right to where you can get a free demo from those guys, or check out the story we did with Blizz, and you see his email there. You can email him directly if you're in the state of Texas, because they're doing special things for the Lone Star State. Our other partners, USA Today High School Sports. The Super 25 came out earlier this week, and in just a few minutes we're going to talk about the compilation poll. But once again, in 2017, USA Today High School Sports and High School Football America teaming up to give you great high school football coverage from around the nation and specifically from Southern California. Check them out at usatodayhss.com. And our final partner to mention tonight, the good folks at Southern Sport, that great American-made product that keeps those pesky rubber pellets from field turf out of your shoes and gives you the great look of spatting without the high cost of tape. Comes in 20 great colors, American-made, durable, washable, injectable. You will not believe how good this product is, and they can do all kinds of things such as put your logos on it. And if you go to tdirazor.com and the website and make your order there, you can use the special code HSFA to get a 10% discount on your order. TDI Razor. Razor is spelled with a U, TDIRAZUR.com. All right, well, as I mentioned, the Super 25 came out this week. What else came out this week? We had Max Preps with their excellent 25, the Freeman rankings from Max Preps also out, the Massey ratings, which is tied in with our partnership at USA Today, and, of course, the High School Football America Top 100, which has been out for 2 weeks because, hey, we just knew you were waiting for it, and you couldn't wait for it. And what we've done today, and you can check it out on the website at highschoolfootballamerica.com, is we've put together a compilation poll. So all of the polls are out except for the National Prep poll. We will update that, our media compilation poll, when that comes out on August the 17th. But for now, we have 5 ranking services out with their preseason rankings, and number 1 in the land in the media comp poll is Mater Dei from California, the Monarchs. I was out there and checked out Coach Rollinson's team on Monday as they opened camp. JT Daniels, their junior star quarterback, verbally committing to USC. On Sunday, we had him exclusively first talking on camera on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/High School Football America. We're doing a lot of live video on there that you can get as it happens. So we talked to JT Daniels about why he decided on USC, but the Monarchs are loaded. They have 10 of 11 starters back on offense. They have to rebuild the defense a little bit, but they are number 1 in 3 of the polls: USA Today's Super 25, the Max Preps Excellent 25, and Freeman rankings. We have them at number 2, and Massey also has them at number 2. They have 123 out of 125 possible points. The way it works, if you're ranked number 1, you get 25 points. If you're number 2, you get 24, right on down through 25, where you get only 1 point. Our number 1 team, St. John Bosco, comes in 4 points behind their Trinity League foe, the Braves, number 1 in our poll, number 1 in the Massey rankings. They are number 2 in Freeman's, number 3 in USA Today's Super 25, and number 4 in Max Preps. They are 4 points behind at 119 points and number 2. Tied for number 3 is IMG Academy out of Florida and defending national champ Bishop Gorman, both of those teams with 112 points. Corona Centennial from out here in California, making it 3 teams from SoCal in the media poll Top 25 as they come in at number 5 with 84 points. They're number 10 in the High School Football America Top 10. They're number 4. That's their highest ranking according to the Massey ratings. Allen from Texas, number 3 in our poll. They come in at number 6 with 76 points. Chandler from Arizona, number 7 with 73 points. St. Thomas Aquinas from Florida, they are number 8 with 72 points. Followed by DeMatha at number 9 from Maryland with 69, and rounding out the top 10, Grayson from Georgia with 67 points. You can check out the entire preseason media poll, top 25. Again, it won't be completed until the National Prep poll comes out on August 17th, but for now, you'll get a good idea of the top teams that are in there. Actually, we have 26 teams in all because we have a tie down there at 24, so there's 26 teams in the compilation media poll that was just put out today. So make sure you go back to High School Football America throughout the day as we update with great stories. The scoreboards will be popping this weekend for Hawaii and for every state as everybody comes into play. And when you're not able to get to the website, keep up to date with us by following us on Twitter. It's at Jeff Fisher Media. And as I said, you can follow us on Facebook for great live video. We're going to be traveling the country a little bit. Going to make some stops where you might have some surprise stuff coming your way on the Facebook live video that we've been doing. And make sure you follow us on Instagram. Our handle there also is highschoolfootballamerica.com. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're heading to the Lone Star State, deep in the heart of Texas, or at least North Texas there in the Metroplex. We're going to talk with Todd Peterman, the head coach of DeSoto, number 6 in the High School Football America preseason top 100, and they're looking for their second straight state title in the Lone Star State. We're going to take a break, hear from all of our sponsors. When we come back, DeSoto football on the High School Football America radio show. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, you'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field Turf rubber pellets, be gone. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass-playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks, thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The Razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The Debris Inhibitor Razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The Debris Inhibitor Razor comes in 23 colors, and sizes are youth, medium, large, and for that extra big foot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the Debris Inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. This portion of High School Football America brought to you by USA Today High School Sports. Once again, in 2017, High School Football America and USA Today High School Sports teaming up to give you great national high school football coverage, plus coverage specifically from here in Southern California. Check them out at usatoday.hss.com. Well, as we've been doing over the last 3 weeks, we've been getting all the top 10 coaches on the line here to talk to us about what should be an exciting 2017 for all the teams in the High School Football America preseason top 100. We're going to the state of Texas to start the show tonight. Going to number 6, DeSoto, the state champs. First in school history last year, winning the Class 6A Division II championship, a perfect 16-0. And Todd Peterman is on the line right now to talk about the 2017 season. Camp is right around the corner. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on here, and let's just kind of talk about, the start of things. Obviously everybody starts in the same position. Everybody's tied for first when camp opens up. But what are some of the things that you're excited about heading into fall camp?
We're really excited about our defense and especially our secondary. They're long, tall kids. A lot of, I have 2 committed to Michigan, 1 committed to Arkansas. They're just real long and rangy type kids. But we have a lot of returners, 6 back on defense, so we're really excited about that.
Good, and we're going to get some of the names of the kids in here in just a second. And, a little bit of a tough off season for you, and we're just going to touch on this just briefly. And really what I'm going to touch upon is what Matt Wixon of the Dallas Morning News and I spoke about when he was on the show back when there was a chance that, maybe you weren't coming back after winning the state championship. And I said to Wixon, I said, they may be able to use this in a great way to kind of further the cause to drive for a repeat. Are you using that? Are the guys using that in any way with what you went through during the off season?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And to be honest, it never comes up. It's just something that we put behind us and don't even discuss it.
All right. Well, then we're not going to discuss it either. But I have, I'm a media guy. I got to ask these questions here. So let's dive into it. And you started with the defense, and like you said, you've got some guys back. German and Javon Green the Twins going to Michigan. Let's talk about some of the other kids that you're looking for leadership and on field performance this year with the Eagles.
Well, one of our biggest team leaders, Byron Hanspard. BJ, he's one going to Arkansas safety. Veramontes Pippins is returning. He's a nose guard. Excited about him. Tyler Jackson's an inside linebacker. He's got quite a few offers lately. They're just long kids that can run real fast.
Talking with Todd Peterman tonight, the head coach at DeSoto, number 6 in the High School Football America preseason top 100. Max Preps has you at number 7. My boy Jim Haley there at USA Today has you on the bubble. That's okay. Fight your way in there. Let's talk a little bit about the offense. Obviously, losing Sean Robinson to graduation, a big hole to fill there. And let's start at the QB. And Courtney Douglas is a guy, I guess, who's been waiting to take some snaps. Tell us a little bit about his spring ball and what you expect out of him, in camp and heading into the first game of the year.
He is great speed. He's a great leader. He's about 225 pounds, so he's thick. He's truly a dual threat quarterback. So he's going to kind of fit in the mold of the quarterback we've had in the past. So, he can throw it as well as run it. So we're fortunate, and he's been patient and paid his dues, and now it's time for him to get paid.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, you're replacing what I think I read somewhere 67 seniors from last year's team. Is that accurate? That's a big number.
That is a big number, and right now we're about a 60 to 65 in this group.
Oh, okay. So another good season group that waited behind. I know one of the experienced players, I should say, behind Douglas that should help out a little bit, who had a good season last year. He's verbal to, Houston, is Kellen Walker. Tell me a little bit about him and what you expect out of him running the ball this year.
Expect a lot out of Keelan. We traditionally here at DeSoto, we've been blessed. We're going to have 2 or 3 really good running backs, and when they're young, we try not to run them that much. We don't want to wear them out, but when they're seniors, they're going to get more carries. So, he's going to get 15 to 20 carries a game and maybe more in the bigger games. So he's going to put up a lot of yards and things that, he really hadn't done in the past simply because we're not going to run those guys in the ground.
Todd Peterman on the line from DeSoto, the Eagles number 6 in our preseason top 100 and being mentioned in all the polls in some way, shape, or form. But we all know it's all about up front. I know you got to rebuild the offensive line a little bit. Tell us a little about some of the kids there that you're looking for to step up in 2017.
Well, one of our team captains is Josh Johns. He's our center. He's verbal to University of Colorado. Josh is about 6'3", 315, 320. And really good feet. So he's got 16 games as a starter underneath his belt. We have another 315-pounder at right guard, Evan Henry. He's a junior. He's going to be a Division I kid for sure. Right tackle, we have William Brown, who actually started 3 games for us last year when we had some injuries. So he's got some experience. William's about 280. And then at left tackle with Brandon Young. And he's a junior as well. So, and then left guard, we're going to have a sophomore. It looks like right now, if we play tonight, Donovan Ford, he's about 290.
Todd Peterman. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We're just a little younger up front, so we're hoping our old defense can keep us in some games while we mature.
They say defense wins championships. DeSoto winning their first ever last year, a perfect 16-0. Todd Peterman on the line, the head coach of the program, a longtime assistant there before getting the head coaching job. And there was a lot of talk about DeSoto getting over the hump. You got over it last year, and maybe this is too hypothetical, but do you think getting over the hump like that, winning the state championship, makes a difference within the program as you go into camp? Is there I don't want to call it swagger. Let's use the word confidence, I guess is a good word.
I don't, DeSoto's never been lacking in confidence, to be honest with you. But we never won a state championship. Nobody had ever done it, and these kids accomplished it. So it does mean something. It's important. The kids now know they can go win a state championship, because it's been done. I mean, the bar's been set. They do understand nobody can ever be better than 16-0. So that's something to be proud of. But it most definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, sure. Todd Peterman on the line, DeSoto number 6 in the High School Football America Top 100. You got a couple of teams on the schedule there, the usual district battle, Cedar Hill number 46, Denton Guyer number 96 in our preseason Top 100. Tell me a little bit about what you look for when you schedule your non-district games to get you prepared for that district.
We just try to find games. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's hard to get games. Mm-hmm. So right now, for the 18-19 season, I have 0 games scheduled, none. Ooh. So you start kind of getting nervous towards the end. So, I call it a small, medium, and large. I mean, we'd like to play one team we're a lot better than, one team that's solid, and one team that's really good out of the 3. We don't have that luxury of getting to pick and choose. So generally we call them and beg and try to get games.
You're not in the boat alone there. I don't know how many coaches have been saying that on the show over the last 3 weeks since we started talking about it. It's a two-edged sword. You want to get great, but then you can't find the darn games. We empathize with you. That is for sure. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that you got on the grease board or the chalkboard or whatever it is that you're saying. This is what the 2017 Eagles have to do in camp, and then we have to kind of carry those things through the season. What equals success in your mind? 2 or 3 bullet points at this point.
Well, our main thing is our offensive line. 3 of the kids I just named were hurt during spring, so they missed most of it. So actually, they got hurt the first week. So that's 18 practices lost right there. So that's a big concern for us, is getting our offensive line where they need to be. I mean, we're going to have speed, and we're going to have the skilled kids to do what we need to do. I think it was a week before we made a first down in practice, in spring football this year. So our defense is way ahead of where we're at. So that's where we're going to try and hang our hat, I hope. But we've been fortunate enough around here to score points, the last 11 years, I guess I've been here, 10 years. So hopefully we can put some points on the board as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just consider it a reload. Yeah, 67 lost, but a ton coming in behind. And the last thing is, obviously, it's all fun. We use an algorithm for our rankings. Others use opinions. Does that make any difference to you guys? I mean, I know the kids like it. It creates a little bit of conversation. But how do you feel about national rankings in that?
I think it's neat to read. You know what I mean? I don't know how much stock to actually put into any of it. Especially the preseason part.
Yes.
When I watched Bishop this year, I thought they were the best team I'd ever seen early in the season. I didn't see them play late, but I watched them play week one, and I thought that's the best football team I've seen ever week one. So obviously they were as advertised. You never know. I think it's neat, and it gives, makes it more national stories and brings the states together. But as far as worrying about it, we go to Oregon a lot because we're a Nike school, and a lot of the great high school programs are there and their head coaches. And, no one had ever realized the Sotos had never won a state championship. They're trying to get games and things. And, one, it's hard for us, because, we don't have the money to bring those schools in to play us, and we don't have the money to travel. But my point has always been, we need to worry about trying to win a state championship first before we worry about the national rankings. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we've never been number one in our own state. So why should we be worried about where we're ranked nationally? So just getting over the hump there and being able to win one, maybe I'll look at the national polls a little different. But once the season starts, I turn off the social media and don't read the message boards, and we call it getting in the bubble and just worry about our kids.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to be. And anybody that listens to the show, and I even wrote it when we put out our preseason rankings, I'm doing it for the fans, quite honestly. I don't like getting yelled at. My skin's not that thick sometimes.
I think it's fun, and it's good for the sport.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, I'd rather do it once week one is in the books. That makes it a little bit easier on us. But, Coach, we really do appreciate you joining us on the show tonight. Continued success there with the Eagles, and have a great 2017. And hopefully we're talking to you down the road in another bid for a state championship. Thanks for joining us tonight.
That'd be great. Thanks, Pat.
Very welcome. Taking a break. Coming back with more. You're listening to High School Football America. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished, so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, you'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field Turf rubber pellets, be gone. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks. thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The Razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The debris inhibitor razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The debris inhibitor razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The debris inhibitor razor comes in 23 colors and sizes are youth, medium, large, and for that extra big foot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the debris inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. This portion of High School Football America brought to you by USA Today High School Sports. Once again, in 2017, USA Today High School Sports teaming up with High School Football America to bring you great national high school football coverage, plus specific coverage from Southern California. Make sure you check them out at usatodayhss.com. Well, as promised, a little bit of a reminder here, a primer, if you will, as we head into the fall camps. Heat, a big issue, and lots of other issues out there, concussions and all that. And nobody better to come on the show here tonight and talk with us a little bit. And this is for everybody. This is for the players, the coaches, the trainers, the parents, everything that you need to know. And we're also going to kind of start talking about the report out of the Journal of American Medical Association talking about CTE here on the show. But Dr. Chris Koutouris is going to join us here to talk about many, many things. And he is the team physician among many organizations out there, Orange Lutheran High School here in Southern California. And Dr. Koutouris is a certified pediatrician and a sports medicine specialist, especially when it comes to concussions. So I couldn't think of a better guy to have on the show tonight to kind of get us ready for fall camp and making sure those kids stay safe out there. Welcome to the show, Dr. Chris.
Thank you, Jeff. It's wonderful to be on. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's good to have you on here. And, I referred to the association's report that came out, I believe it was last week, where they examined, professional football players. I think it was 110 of 111 brains from ex-NFLers. And it said that 99% were diagnosed with CTE in that study. And quite honestly, if I say anything more, you know me, I barely passed biology in high school. But, I thought it'd be great for you to come on here and kind of put in perspective that report. And I know you have a bigger message, too, about where we're going with the concussion conversation. But let's start with the report. What are some of the things that you drew out of that report?
Well, I think the report's an important piece of work. I think it makes us stop and pause and look at the findings of the brains that were donated. Now, remember, these are brains that were donated by family members or even some of the athletes before they died because of concerns over behavior changes, emotional changes. So it's a group of individuals that were self-selected, and the study authors definitely mentioned that. They did find an alarmingly high number. So in that select group, indeed, 98% of the professional ranks. When we went down to collegiate and or pre-collegiate, the numbers were definitely a lot lower. So it's definitely something to take a pause at. However, is that something that we look at and say that 98% of every NFL player's brain will have this? That's probably not able to be said because of the study. Does that mean that 98% of collegiate or high school? That, again, may not be able to be said by the study. So if we take the study as an important piece of work, but yet take it in the proper context, we can gain from it. Got a lot to learn, though. The brain's complex, and we still have a lot to learn about it.
Absolutely. Dr. Chris Koturis on the line on High School Football America tonight. Grew up in Irvine, California. And I think the next question is going to take you back to your days at UCLA where you got your BS in kinesiology. And I read this on the website, so I thought I'd toss you a dual question here, being the doctor that you are. It says you were a 4-year sports writer for the Daily Bruin. So the question is...
Yes, indeed.
The question is, what do you think of the job the media is doing in covering this story?
Well, I think the media is definitely trying to get the word out. Are they at times taking statistics and maybe making them bigger than they really are? The answer is yes. So in one instance, they are definitely extending a conversation that needs to be had, so I'll give them credit for that. However, are they... I don't know if accurate's the right word, but are they using some of the statistics and expanding the scope of how they may be applied? That's where we have some question marks. So if everybody looks at this and says, let's continue the conversation, wonderful. If this is the definitive end-all, be-all, then we got some issues.
You probably didn't see that question coming from me, but I thought it'd be great to do that. You answered it very well.
Did you?
Yes.
Backward. I like it.
You spun it very well. You did. Maybe you should be in PR. Maybe they put a third thing onto your. Well, actually, your the beyond your name has a lot of other things to it. Dr. Chris Koturis is on the line. He is the team physician for Orange Lutheran, a great high school here in Southern California. And back onto the topic, and what we really want to do here tonight is give news that people can use. Like I said, whether it's the players, the parents, the coaches, the trainers out there, and all that. And one of the things, I think when you joined us a couple of years ago, we talked about, what the players should be looking for, the coaches and all that. And in full disclosure here, folks, Dr. Chris and I got together when Trish Hoffman had a fall back in April, and pretty nasty fall, and was not in the emergency room, diagnosed with a concussion. But I reached out to Dr. Chris, and you've done a great job of taking care of Trish. But I guess the question is I think that can happen a lot, right? We walked away from there thinking, okay, Trish has a broken nose, all these things going on, but, deep down inside, there was a concussion that you were able to diagnose. So how often does that happen? And what are the tips that you can give parents out there and coaches? Because, again, a lot of times we don't have enough trainers on the sidelines in some of these like urban areas and all that. So kind of give us that refresher course on what you should look for if your kid gets, his bell rung, which used to be the term.
Well, I think you look for any change in their behavior, any change in how they're acting, how they're thinking, their emotions. And it's tough. Teenagers have a range of emotions throughout the day, so obviously that could be a challenge in its own right. But it's remarkable to me how we'll see athletes who may get hit. They'll play in a game, let's say, on a Friday night, and they're fine. But by Sunday, something's not right. They're telling you their head hurts. This is a kid who wants to always be on his computer. He's not even close to his computer. Mm-hmm. This young lady who always wants to be with her friends, she's not even wanting to talk to them. There's something different. That's where you let a medical person know. That's where, as a parent, as a coach, as a friend, you say, hey, look, something's not right. Let's not guess at it. Let's not assume, hey, it's going to get better. Maybe it will. But let's find out. Let's talk to your athletic trainer. Let's talk to your team doctor. Let's talk to your local pediatrician, your family doctor, anybody, and just, again, like we've talked about, get the conversation going. I know some people accuse, gosh, everything's a concussion. Now, you look at somebody funny, we're going to diagnose them with a concussion. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we are being a little bit sensitive, but I think in today's day and age, the sooner we can identify how we can help, and there's more things we can do to help. Concussions or injuries today bring challenges. They bring up challenges that may have already been there. We've learned about kids who had underlying depression or anxiety or school issues that were maybe not quite identified. They've been hurt. Now we find out more. Instead of saying, boy, that's all bad stuff we're heaping on the kid, maybe we can help them. Maybe we can identify ways to help them in school, get them additional therapies that can make their life easier. So I think we want to give the idea that we have active ways to rehab kids. So we want to hear about this stuff.
Yeah. And what about, so the parent that's sitting up in the stands and sees her kid, become injured, take a blow to the head, obviously thinking the worst and all that. Maybe educate the parents here. So when you or your trainers, your staff, go out there and talk to a young man after that incident, or a young lady, I should say, what are they actually doing? What are some of the things that are going to go on there so the parents understand what you guys are doing there in the front line of that battle of making sure that kid's healthy?
Well, first, I'm just going to ask the kid, tell me what happened. If I say, are you okay? 99% of the time, they're going to say yes. So I'm going to ask them, tell me what happened. And my hope is between myself and my athletic trainers, if we know the kids well enough, we're going to be able to judge just by their description. If they give us a pretty good description, if they give us good detail, less concerned. But if they're having trouble remembering where they are, they're slow to respond, then we're going to walk them off the field. We're going to probably borrow their helmet, and we're just going to keep asking them questions. The way that we're asked to practice today in 2017 by the state of California, almost every state in the union is, you suspect, you remove them. So we have a very low threshold in today's world to just take the helmet, finish the day. We'll continue to ask them questions. We'll bring the parent down from the stands. We'll continue to engage them in how the athlete's doing. We'll make a plan. We'll make a plan for that night. We'll make a plan to see him maybe the next day, maybe the next Monday. So at all times, again, it's that communication and just keeping a close eye on the athlete.
Dr. Chris Koutouris on the line, giving some great news that you can use for whatever level you're, a parent, student, athlete, coach, about concussions. We're going to talk about other things with the heat and all that. He's a board-certified pediatrician, sports medicine specialist. He is the team doctor for Orange Lutheran High School out here in Southern California. And again, I don't want to try and repeat what we did a couple of years ago. I want to try and get something fresh, but maybe along the other lines, let's switch it to the player now. And, we're always, everybody's looking at the skill positions, right? So when we see a wide receiver go across the middle and get a whack, we see that happen. But, everybody talks about those guys up front, the big guys in the trenches there and all that. What advice would you give a young man that maybe kind of felt something, but it just was one of those things, right? It's football. We're wearing great equipment and all that. If a young man has that happen to him, what kind of advice would you give to him? And what should he be looking for in that sort of case as opposed to that hit that everyone sees?
Well, I'm glad you brought up the linemen. They're often the most forgotten folks in football, and you realize almost every play there's going to be contact. It could be a running play, it could be a pass play, special teams. The linemen are going to have contact, O on D. It happens every play. So when you look at the number of hits over the course of a practice, over the course of a game, those offensive and defensive linemen get more of those. So they may not have the one sensational hit that the wide receiver takes, but it might just be the buildup. And I've had athletes leave the field, I've got a headache. And I'm, okay, maybe it's the normal I wore helmet type headache, but maybe this one's different. Mm-hmm. I see more kids bringing up their teammates. So if you're seeing your buddy just not acting right, if you see your buddy struggling to get undressed and get ready to go home, if you as a parent seeing your kid acting different, let's hear about it. Again, the linemen are kind of the forgotten ones. They usually don't get that one big hit that everybody remembers on film. It's that blow after blow. The less we have those blows, I think more teams now are reducing contact. They're reducing head-to-head exposure. I think that's a very sensible thing. It's not changing the game dramatically, but it's definitely reducing the number of hits our linemen especially get. That's a good thing. But again, anything's not quite right. Let's figure it out.
Yeah. Dr. Chris Koutouris on the line tonight, team doctor at Orange Lutheran, not just football, all sports. And this kind of goes back to what we've learned since Trish had her concussion, is we got to go to what's called out here in Southern California, I don't know if it's around the country, but concussion therapy. And let's talk about the rehab and how that's changed over the last couple of years, because I would assume, everything's kind of, it's like state-of-the-art electronics, right? Everything's changing every day. We learn something new and change. What is concussion therapy about, and how helpful is it in getting the athlete back to health, A, and B, then back onto the playing field?
It's a great question, Jeff. And there's a lot of therapies. First thing I want people to know is gone are the days where we used to take a concussed athlete, put them in a room, take away their cell phone, lock them in the room for a couple of days. That, we're learning, is probably not very helpful. Yes, we want to reduce stimulation, but rather than say no phone, no video games, no interaction with their friends, limited. Maybe we let them get 10, 15 minutes on their phone couple times a day just to be able to connect with their people, connect with their peers. As they start to come out of that initial stage, we have different therapies depending on if they've got headaches, if they've got neck issues. We're learning more and more about the eyes, the window to the soul, the more that eye tracking, the ability to follow objects. If that's off, we do different eye exercise, and we're finding that that's affecting not just their ability to come back on the field, but more importantly in the classroom. Kids have got to read every day, so if they're not able to use their eyes and read, it's definitely going to be an issue that needs to be addressed. We look at balance, we look at strength, so we try to do what's called active rehab. No, we're not going to hand somebody their helmet, put them back in until they're ready, but we're going to try to get them as active as possible because we think that's going to enhance their recovery. We look at the mental end. Kids are going to be bummed out. They're going to be anxious about coming back. They're going to be quite worried about returning to the classroom and falling behind. We address that with working with our mental health colleagues. We communicate with our schools. We communicate with our teachers. So it's a group effort, and again, it's more of an active recovery process than probably we did 5-10 years ago.
Sure. No, absolutely. Great information there. Dr. Chris Koutouris on the line on High School Football America tonight. Let's switch gears a little bit here. In California, I live at the beach, so it's a little bit cooler, but go inland, and some of these teams are going to be dealing with, 100 plus. And in the South, we've got all that, and we always hear about, dehydration. We hear, unfortunately, once, I think we've already had a couple of young men that have passed away as a result of practicing and different things that have happened. So let's talk about hydration as a reminder to the athletes of what they should be doing, not only on the field, because coaches and the trainers are usually pretty good about that, but what about going home when you're no longer in the eyes of the trainer and all that? What are kids supposed to be doing, and what are parents supposed to be looking for to make sure their kids are getting that proper hydration?
We look at their weight. For example, if an athlete's lost more than 1 or 2% of their weight, that means they may not have enough fluid on board. We'd like to have them drink enough fluid to get the weight back up. We also want to look at how they're going to the bathroom. It sounds kind of gross, but if they're going to the bathroom, it's dark color. That means they probably don't have enough fluid on board. If they're having cramping, if they're vomiting, if they're just not acting themselves, that could be a sign of not enough fluid on board. Mm-hmm. So fluids are definitely important. And then we also look at just the overall, we call heat index. So it's not just the temperature, it's the humidity. And thank God we've got smartphones. There's an app for this. We can get our apps out and look at the heat index. And based on the heat index, there's good recommendations about how you modify practice. Maybe you cut back the amount of practice. Maybe you get out of full gear into helmet and shells. Maybe you wear light-colored equipment. If the heat index is too high, you stop practice for that day. And then we worry about how do we respond. We're always prepared if a young person goes down, maybe they've got a heat illness. And rather than just dial 911 and wait for the EMS to get there, which is important, you've got to intervene right now. That might mean cooling the athlete. That might be getting the athlete out of their wet clothing. That means you have a plan in place. So it's hydration, it's planning ahead, and it's using your resources to know how to best help your athletes.
Again, I keep saying it. I sound like a broken record. Great information from Dr. Chris Koutouris on the show tonight, board-certified pediatrician and a sports medicine specialist, the team doctor for Orange Lutheran High School out here in Orange, California, in Southern California. And I don't want you to be a pitch man here, but, I hear all the time, different people saying different things about the best way to hydrate. H2O, the Gatorades or all the others that are out there, Pedialyte and all that. What do you as a doctor like, again, not to be the pitch man, but what's best for the athlete, taking away all the publicity that's behind the marketing?
Right. Well, I think water first and foremost. You're on the field. You want to have access to fluid. Water is the best way to go. It should be cold. It should be individual containers. And kids should have time to drink it. Nothing worse than watching the quick receiver get to the line first and get his drink. But then the slower kid doesn't get much of a drink because the whistle's blown. They're starting the practice session again. So you want to make sure kids have access to fluids. If they're going to be exercising for more than an hour, sometimes you want to throw in a sport beverage that has a bit of sugar and salt. I'm a big fan of the Pedialyte products, the electrolyte drinks, because those are great when it's hot and humid. And my favorite post-workout drink, I got 2 of them, chocolate milk and tart cherry juice. Chocolate milk's got carbohydrate, protein. It's got a nice ratio along with vitamin D and calcium. And tart cherry juice has been studied. It's as strong an anti-inflammatory as ibuprofen. Tastes a lot better and doesn't mess up your stomach. Those are my fluids of choice.
Good. Well, I knew about the chocolate milk. That cherry one I'm going to have to try. Somebody once told me that if you drink that before you go to bed, too, you sleep better from tart cherry juice. But I don't know if that's
if you get over the tart taste, the first time you get it, you might be up for a while. It's a little tart. But once you get used to it, it can work pretty well.
All right, Dr. Chris Katouris, we're going to wrap up with him, but I want to give you the open forum here. What have I missed? What are you looking at? Where are we going? Whatever you want to do here. This is kind of your closing soliloquy.
Well, I think, Jeff, the big thing we've talked about is communication. That, as an athlete, as a parent, as a coach, this is something we want to communicate. We want to have plans in place. We want to have this discussion. Folks come into my office all the time asking opinion about contact collision sports, what we know and don't know. And I'm ready to admit what we know, ready to admit we got a lot to learn about. And I think the more that we discuss these things, the more we can learn. So these are discussions we want to have. Some people are afraid to have them because they don't want to hear the answer. They think we're going to be very dogmatic. But no, I think most of us in the sports and medicine world want to have these discussions. We want to identify ways to help athletes out. We want to make sure we're not missing common things that happen at this age. A lot of mental illnesses come up. Kids are under a lot of pressure to do well academically and athletically. That can lead to issues like depression, anxiety that come up. So again, the conversations we can have are always there to help the athlete, not to restrict them from activity unless we absolutely have to.
Well, the one thing I love about you, and I'm going to toot your horn here a little bit, I love you kind of put it in just real down-home English terms. It's not too much doctor speak, and I think everybody that's heard you tonight will recognize that, and we just appreciate you coming on here. I look forward to seeing you on the sidelines coming up this fall, and thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks for the invitation.
Taking a break, coming back with more. You're listening to High School Football America. Instant replays on a high school football sideline? Seriously? Yes, the future is here with Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System. Echo's cutting-edge technology was the first to the market 2 years ago. Echo delivers instant replay to your sideline on an iPad within seconds of a play being finished so that you can make tomorrow's coaching changes today. This NFHS-approved product may be the biggest change in high school football since the invention of the helmet. Coaches, you'll gain a competitive edge by adding Echo 1612's Instant Replay Sideline System to your coaching toolbox. How cool is this? The Echo Instant Replay Sideline System works with both your current booth and end zone cameras, plus, and this is an important point, Echo works without any cellular connection, data plans, or internet. The list of high school football programs using Echo 1612 system is growing daily, meaning your opponent may already have a game time advantage. You don't want to be left out, do you? The Echo 1612 advantage is simple. Echo plus an iPad equals instant replay on your sideline that improves your game planning. Seriously, you'll be making coaching adjustments in real time, not the day after. Except no copycats, Echo 1612 is the best on the market. Echo 1612's cutting-edge technology helps you make tomorrow's adjustments today. Learn more at echo1612.com. Field Turf rubber pellets, be gone. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is a seamless outer sock that was specifically designed to keep crumb rubber and other fine debris from artificial or grass playing surfaces out of an athlete's shoes and socks, thus keeping such debris out of gym bags and locker rooms. The Razor, spelled R-A-Z-U-R, is favored by athletes who want the look of tape, by trainers who no longer have the time to tape only for show, and by moms who no longer want that crumb rubber in the house. The Debris Inhibitor Razor is made in America. It's 70% nylon and 30% spandex, making it extra lightweight and very durable, and it's backed by a 1-year performance guarantee. The Debris Inhibitor Razor covers just the right amount of a player's shoe while keeping those shoelaces tight. It's fully customizable, machine washable, and more importantly, it's easy to get on and off. The Debris Inhibitor Razor comes in 23 colors, and sizes are youth, medium, large, And for that extra Bigfoot, extra large. Founded in 2010 by former University of Mississippi All-SEC football player Carl Hoppy Langley III, Southern Sport Inc. created the debris inhibitor to improve athletic performance by protecting athletes, allowing them to look and feel better with technically advanced products engineered with superior fabric construction, patented design, and proven innovation. Get a discount on your order by using the High School Football America code HSFA when you order at TDIRazor.com. That's razor spelled with a U at TDIRazor.com. If you're scouting your opponents without Crossover's game film breakdown platform, you're missing an opportunity to get a huge edge over the competition. Crossover's service lets you upload game film from your hard drive, video camera, or other websites like Huddle. Their team of football experts will then clip and tag the game with player and formation info so that when you log into your account, you can filter the clips however you'd like. They'll also automatically prepare a comprehensive tendency report and down and distance report for your staff so you can see exactly what your opponents like to call in specific situations. We all know that every coach spends countless hours preparing before a game. It's not about the time you put in, it's about what you do with that time. That's Crossover's biggest advantage. It allows you to use your prep time more efficiently and get an even deeper level of insight since you don't have to waste time setting up the film. Check them out. You're going to love them. You can sign up for a quick free demo at crossover.com/football. That's crossover.com/football. All right, that's going to do it for tonight's show. If you've missed any of the show, you can listen to it in our archives. Just go to highschoolfootballamerica.com, click on the radio tab in the navigation bar, and you'll be able to hear all of our shows that began way back on July 21st, 2011. I want to thank our guest on the show tonight, beginning with Todd Peterman, head coach at DeSoto High School in Texas, number 6 in the High School Football America preseason. Top 100. You can also check out the new media compilation poll that came out earlier yesterday, I guess. We released it around, I guess it was about 4 o'clock Pacific time. Just go to highschoolfootballamerica.com for that. See the top 25 teams as we bring together all the national ranking services. Also want to thank Dr. Chris Katuris from Orange Lutheran High School, the team doctor there. He's a board-certified pediatrician and a sports medicine specialist. Lots of great news that you can use heading into camp and any injuries, and a great look at what's going on in the concussion area. Like he says, we just need more conversation. Got to keep searching for the answers, but we gotta keep football the way it is, the greatest sport in America. We want to thank all of our partners on the show, beginning with Crossover. Get that game film broken down with great insights. The game insights are absolutely incredible. It's Crossover with a K. Go to highschoolfootballamerica.com. Click on the banner ad to get a 5-minute free demo from these guys. Again, Texas high school football coach saying this is the next big thing. It can be used in conjunction with your Huddle account, but their game film breakdown is better than Huddle Assist. Sorry, gotta say it. I've had Huddle on here. They're a great company, but Crossover is getting it done for them. Also brought to you by ScoreStream. Download that app before you go out to your next game. It's not just football, it's any sport. You can get soccer on there, baseball on there, but once you download the app at Google Play or in the iTunes Store, you can put up video, photographs, and of course let everybody know how your favorite team is doing by keeping score while you're there at your favorite team's game. Also brought to you by the good folks at Southern Sport, keeping those pesky rubber pellets from field turf out of your shoes with the debris inhibitor razor. That's the TDI Razor for short. Razor is spelled R-A-Z-U-R, TDIRazor.com. Use the special code HSFA. That stands for High School Football America. When you order your one of 20 colors, and you can get team orders as well. Get your logo on there, but if you use HSFA, you will get a discount on your order. Also brought to you tonight by the good folks at Echo 1612. Instant replay on your sideline. Show, not tell. That's the way I put it, and it's also making tomorrow's adjustments today, which is their slogan. But hey, show your players out there exactly what they're doing wrong. It comes to you 8 seconds after the play is finished. They created this product. Everybody else out there is copycatting them. They are great. Echo1612.com, and brought to you by USA Today High School Sports. Once again, in 2017, USA Today High School Sports and High School Football America teaming up to give you great national coverage plus coverage locally from Southern California. You can check them out at usatoday.hss.com. That's going to do it for tonight. We will talk to you next week. Where are we going to be next week? We're going to be in New York. Till then, this is Jeff Fisher saying good night and good sports from Southern California. You've been listening to High School Football America.